My name is Luke Allen. I'm a senior at LHS and I play baseball.
All right. So every kid has probably played baseball. I started late, but every kid plays. When did you start playing?
I started playing baseball when I was around 4 or 5, I would say.
4 or 5. Okay. And then when did you start to take it like seriously, and when did you realize, you wanted to do this a lot longer?
Around 8 or 9, my dad just threw me in a travel ball, and I think that's what really started it.
Okay. So what do you think was the biggest thing you developed from your youth and going into high school?
I would say probably the top 2 biggest things were my power at the plate and my throwing velocity.
Okay.
Those are my top 2.
And then I'm going to ask you 3 questions, courtesy of Chris Para of What Up Sports Nation. Thank you, Chris. Number 1, what are you good at?
Good at crushing baseballs and throwing them pretty hard.
All right. And then number 2, what do you think you need to work on?
Speed and agility. I would say that's probably my weakness.
Okay. And then number 3, what do you think you would do differently?
Maybe you work on more speed and agility as a kid.
Yeah.
That's probably.
Okay. Going into high school, what were your goals as a freshman? And then how do you think you've followed up as a senior now?
As a freshman, I wanted to play JV or varsity. Obviously, that's what every freshman's goal is.
Yeah.
But and then just sophomore year and on, just play varsity. Was my goal.
Yeah. So yeah, freshman year, you had the opportunity to go varsity, but then COVID hit. What was that experience like as a baseball player with the pandemic?
Obviously I was super excited that the coach wanted me to go up, but didn't get to. I feel like just everything slowed down. I stopped practicing as much and just working as much, but.
Okay. And then sophomore year, and then going into junior year, you had 2 things come up. You had an injury and then cancer. What was that like? Knowing that a lot of stuff isn't going to happen.
The shoulder injury was devastating, considering it was at the very end of my sophomore year, and I would have been better at the beginning, just rehab that quicker. But I spent all of that summer just rehabbing it, getting it back to where it was. It got way better than it was before. And then come winter workouts for the 2022 season, I just went to the doctor, wasn't really feeling great, just had a lot of pain, and they ran some tests and they showed cancer positive.
Mm-hmm. Who do you think helped you out the most, and who was always on your side during that process?
My whole family was behind my back, but I have to say my mom. My mom was there for most of it and kind of just helped me keep going, I guess.
What was the recovery process like?
The recovery process, it was tough. I tried to stay in the gym as much as possible, just in between chemo cycles, but.
Yeah. So you're going to be back for senior year.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you've improved on since just your whole life, basically? Now is the peak of high school ball.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten a lot stronger. I feel like I'm less in my head. I have to play it on the mound in the field. I used to have a problem with that. I was just I guess a perfectionist in a way for baseball. I've kind of outgrown that, I guess. I feel like I've improved everywhere. From my junior to senior year.
Mm-hmm. You say you were a perfectionist. Baseball is a very prestigious sport. Do you have a superstition? And if so, what is your routine?
Well, usually in the morning, if I have a morning game or even morning practice, I like to go to Starbucks and get a venti vanilla sweet cream cold brew and the red pepper egg white bites. That's I feel a perfect pre-game, pre-practice meal.
Nice.
And then if it's day games, just Snickers and a Gatorade.
Awesome.
Go to.
Yeah, for me it's Gatorade and Mike and Ike's too. So, yeah, very cool. Going into this year, last year, it's not a lot of seniors, a very big seniors, very impacting. Sebastian Edwards
Yeah.
is at Sac State right now. You're at Durmeyer, another big pitcher for you guys. But it was a very young team last year. A lot of juniors and sophomores. The class of 24 is stacked and the class of 23 is stacked. But as a senior and as a first baseman, what is your goal for this team?
I'm hoping we have, like, as a team, have like the least amount of errors out of like everyone in our league. Personally, I would like to maybe break the home run record and bat above 400, I would say, or like 400 and above.
Yeah.
Maybe have the most stolen bases. I think we had that last year too. Most stolen bases in our league. Yeah, that's about it. Those are the goals.
Yeah, you have Noah Narker to get.
Yeah, we do have Noah.
Yeah.
Noah, that was our speed demon.
Yeah. What do you think? What makes this team dangerous?
We're dangerous defensively, offensively, because we have speed and power. And I mean, when we get the speed demons on base and the power guys come in, I mean, that's pretty hard to beat. Defensively, we're solid at middle infield, outfield, really good. I don't want to sound cocky, corners are good. Yeah, I mean, I feel we're dangerous everywhere.
Yeah. And then usually rivalries aren't very shed light on besides like football and maybe basketball, but what are the games you look forward to most in this season?
Probably 3 teams I'm looking forward to. Oakmont is probably number 1. West Park. West Park is actually a new rival. We've been beefing with them for about a year. Do not like them. We want to beat up on them. And obviously Placer. Placer's definitely our number 3.
Okay. And then from last year, I know you didn't play, but what do you think that team learned from? You guys had a good run. You know, you upset El Capitan, and then lost to Central Catholic. But what did that team learn from last year?
I think what really hurt us was just like not being a family. Like some guys were just like kind of doing their own thing, like just like not really being a team, just being individuals.
Okay. This year, what are you expecting from this team coming into the spring?
I'm expecting we're gonna have a really good shot at league. Expecting us to obviously be dangerous, like with the bat and everywhere else. Maybe hopefully, like maybe have a chance of winning sections. Maybe go to state. I don't know. That's a big reach, but
yeah,
obviously win league and sections, I would say.
When senior night hits, what's it gonna be like? Senior night will come, graduation will come, and then maybe like a team reunion type of thing. What do you think all that's gonna be like?
Not really ready for senior night, I'm gonna be honest. Probably some tears shed, you know, obviously, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun night, I would say.
Yeah. And then what about you individually for your goals? You mentioned this year home run record, extra base hits, but what about after high school? What do you want to do?
Obviously keep playing baseball, but I think I'm probably gonna take the JUCO route. Maybe just probably play at like maybe Butte College, Sierra, or maybe FRC. I'm not decided yet, but those are my top 3.
Mm-hmm. And then I want to ask you, because a lot of kids, I remember a lot of kids at our school freshman year were talking about D1. And so it's a very unhealthy thing for athletes. It's a very D1 or bust thing.
Yeah.
And so when they don't get it, it crushes them. What is your take? What has been your college expectation, experiences, and all that?
I mean, obviously, like an 8th grader, like freshman, D1 was like the main goal. That was like what everyone wanted. But with the transfer portal, that kind of messed things up because coaches can just go pick guys from JUCOs and just, you know, fill a spot if they need it. That's why I think JUCO might be the better way to go, because if I go to like a D2 4-year, they're probably not going to want to get rid of me. Like the JUCO, they're going to want to send me to the next level, maybe D1. That's probably the end goal.
Awesome. And then to wrap it up, who do you want to thank throughout your whole life and high school career?
It's my family, just always backing me up. Family and friends, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Luke,
thanks for
for
having me.
coming here. Guys, come out to the baseball field.
Yeah,
They're
come
gonna be
out.
dangerous. Yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yep.